Hi, my name is Larry, and I'm what's sometimes referred to as a cradle Lutheran or a cradle Christian, which means I became a member of the church when I was baptized as an infant 67 years ago at Evangelical Lutheran Church in Black River Falls, Wisconsin. As I grew, I was taught what it means to be a Christian by loving parents as well as other adults and pastors, so that when I was a teenager, I was confirmed, which means I got to say, yes, I'm a Christian. And later on, I was also married and ordained a pastor at that same church. So a big shout out to all of those of you in Black River Falls, which I proudly proclaim as my hometown. After 40 years as a pastor, I retired from full-time ministry and got to do what many of you do, and that is serve as a volunteer. I am currently a board member and president of a pretty cool interfaith organization called Wisconsin Faith Voices for Justice. Our executive director, Rabbi Bonnie, is largely responsible for coaxing people like me to do these videos, encouraging you to get out to vote. Among other things, our organization works to bring people of faith together to value the importance of good government and to make sure we take the time and make the effort to vote good people into office to make good government a reality. As a kid growing up in the Lutheran Church, I can recall our pastors praying a prayer as part of our Sunday liturgy that went something like this: Merciful God, we humbly beseech you to graciously regard thy servants, the President of the United States, the governor of this state, all those elected to Congress and our state legislature, our judges and magistrates, as well as all rulers of earth, that as thy ministers they may exercise authority according to thy commandments and for the good of all people. From this prayer, which I heard pretty much every Sunday, I learned that God not only cares about me and the people that were sitting around me in my church, God also cares that we care about those who we elect to government. Later on, I read Luther's treatise on good works, where he cites the prophet Jeremiah, who tells his people to pray for their ruler, even if in this case it's a foreign ruler, the king of Babylon. Still pray for him, Jeremiah says, so that we may live in peace. Now, from this Bible passage, Luther teaches us that God hates it when we only pray petty, selfish prayers that forget about other people and their legitimate needs. In addition to our own needs, Luther says, we need to pray for our neighbors near and far and his or her needs as well. And in so doing, we also need to pray for good government. In fact, Luther says that if we don't do this, God would prefer that we omit the Mass altogether because we're missing the whole point. Now, Luther didn't tell us to vote, nor did Jesus or the prophets. Why? Because at that time they were governed by rulers that they didn't get to elect. But from the words of the prophets and Jesus and other religious guides like Luther, I can infer that today they would be telling us it is our responsibility as people of faith to vote. I think Luther would be part of what one of our African American pastors calls getting the souls to the polls. It's part of our responsibility as faithful Christians, as well as citizens of this great democracy, to turn out to vote, or to do what is necessary to vote absentee. After all, one of the great things about our democracy is that no matter who you are or where you come from, you have a say in choosing those who serve you in government. You also have the freedom to express your views and to worship as you choose, which is no small thing. So that's my brief Lutheran take on why all of us, no matter who we are, need to exercise our right to vote. And may God bless us as we do.